Sorry for the interruptions. Back at it again. Before we got cut off, I don't know. We got cut off in right at the end of me talking about Alabama and Florida, or we got cut off right when I was getting ready to talk about Penn State. Either way, sorry about the interruption. We back at it. I'm gonna just keep it rolling. We're gonna keep this rolling and keep it going. Now. Now, with that being said, let's get into it. All right, look. I was doing a little check, doing a little process of finding out if I was regulating my brain just right about a couple of games. And I was right. Yeah, I was right. So, Alabama does play Ole Miss in 2 weeks. So I was just want to make sure I clarify on that about that. So with that being said, back at it again. Talking about Penn State. We was talking about Penn State and Auburn. Penn State, Auburn, like I said, both teams did well. Whiteout was crazy, good, beautiful. Those fans actually stayed. I know they didn't show it on TV because they went on, or they took one off air and all this other stuff with the Sports Center and this and that. Here's the thing. Auburn, the Bo Nix experiment, and I say experiment as in they've been testing this out for 3 years. Look here. I think it's time to move on. And I know you probably gonna think like, well, he only lost by 8 points. You know, Auburn only lost by 8 points. Why would you want to cut it off? Because here's the thing about it. You know what you got. He's not gonna be Alabama. I don't think Auburn has enough to beat Alabama this year. I think they got enough to keep it interesting, but I don't think they got enough to actually take him out. And I just feel that Penn State is a lot better, and I've always felt that Penn State was a lot better. I think last year they could say COVID. They could say it was to deal with the COVID situation. They could say that they was not as a team, this and that. I don't believe that. I don't believe that. That last part right there, especially, I don't believe that. I believe that I believe Penn State players checked out. They knew, like, hell, we like especially after the Indiana game, they damn sure checked out. They was like, what's the point? That, like, there's no point. We just lost. There ain't no, there's no point. That's how they felt. And so coming into this year and the way they played against Wisconsin actually outgained Penn State in that game, and they just did not handle their business when it counted. But which we will get to Wisconsin in a little bit with the big game with Notre Dame at Soldier Field. But this game, I feel like that this team, Penn State, is emerging to be a team to reckon with in the East and the Big Ten. I think, and this is just me, don't, you know what? You can take it to the bank. I don't even care. Ohio State is the third best team in the East. I said it. I think Ohio State will lose to Michigan this year. I think Harbaugh will get his first win. I think that ain't going to be his first win. That I believe, and I'm telling you right now, I don't think that's going to be his only win against Ohio State in the coming years. I think Michigan is going to make a resurgence as a power event in the next couple of years. I think it's coming. the groundwork was there. I think they just couldn't. Michigan just didn't execute. Michigan has always had good players. They always like Harbaugh has recruited very well. Don't let that fool you. Harbaugh has recruited very well. The problem is the quarterback situation hasn't been executed as where he wanted. Now they got it to the where they running the ball. He's not worried about the quarterback at the moment. He worried about the team, and that's where that's all that counts. So necessarily, that Michigan is very physical. Penn State is very physical. What's the one thing that Ohio State is not? Physical. They're not that physical. They're not. There's not. They say they are, but Ohio State's not Billy Badass no more right now. I'm being dead ass serious. I know a lot of people gonna say, well, they got to beat Ohio State or whatever. Let me tell you something. Penn State will beat Ohio State. The question is Penn State gonna beat Michigan? Michigan will beat Ohio State. The question is Michigan gonna beat Penn State? That's the game where the Big Ten need to look at. Not the Michigan-Ohio State game, but the Michigan Penn State game. Oh, let's put it this way. There's another team in resurgence is coming back from the grave. And that is Michigan State. Not to say Michigan State is going to make the noise this year. I think they peaking a little early. But they can ruin somebody's season. And I think it's going to be one of the three. It's either going to be Ohio State, it's going to either be Michigan, or it's going to be Penn State. And guess what? They are rivals to all three of them. They can't stand neither one of the three of them. They could tell all three of them to kiss Michigan State's ass. And if anybody did not catch how Michigan State beat the shit out of Miami, and let me tell you this, don't let that fool you that Miami put 20 points up. That was bullshit. Michigan State whooped Miami's ass. Go back and watch the tape. Like, that shit was embarrassing. Let me segue. I'm gonna come back to I'm gonna finish up with the Big Ten in a second. Let me segue back to the state of Florida. I don't want to hear shit by no team in the other than for the Gators in the state of Florida. Florida State is shit. They trash. Central Florida has been on TV 2 or 3 times already and lost all of those games they was on TV. Trash. And I like Gus Bus, but trash. South Florida, trash. We ain't going to talk about Florida International and Florida Atlantic. They're not even in the conversation. So the state of Florida, the flag that is planted at the top of the mountain, and Florida's don't have, and the state of Florida don't have any mountains. So, but the point where I'm getting at is the main flag that's flying for the state of Florida right now is that Gator flag. So, by all means, shut the fuck up, because at least we didn't get shut out by UAB, nor we didn't lose to Jacksonville State. And a lot of them didn't realize Jacksonville State was in the state of Alabama. Or from the state of Alabama. Just saying. Now I'm going to finish up with the Big Ten. So, back to the game per se. Like I said, I'm not sure. I'm not that sold on Auburn just yet. I think Auburn gonna have to come through some tests. Like, they're gonna have to beat LSU. They should beat LSU. The game against Arkansas is gonna be really, really tough because Arkansas wants their revenge and they are licking their chops when Auburn comes to town. Oh, Auburn coming to town, and they gonna whoop. And I'm telling you right now, I'm taking the Hogs in that game. I'm telling you right now, I'm taking the Hogs in that game. Well, speaking about games, let's segue into week 4. I would like to welcome y'all to week 4. Week 4 matchup, the 10 games I got for week 4. September 25th, the Lord our Savior 2021. And here we go with it. Let's start off with the Fox 11 o'clock big noon game. And let's start off with a top 25 matchup against two. Honestly, Indiana ain't that far from Wisconsin. Wisconsin ain't that far from Indiana. The University of Wisconsin, you could say they hosting Notre Dame, but they really not hosting Notre Dame. But anyway, the fair votes are taking Wisconsin. I'm taking Notre Dame. I think Wisconsin will run the ball against Notre Dame. I'm going to be honest with you. This game is going to be close. This game is going to be a dogfight. Notre Dame, I think Jack Cohn, the word is he says it's going to be weird, whatever. But you know what? I think Jack Cohn got a little something to get off his chest against Wisconsin. A lot of people probably going to pick Wisconsin in this game at Soldier Field, but I'm taking Notre Dame, not because it's my team, but I think I'm going to take Jack Cohn versus Wisconsin. I think he got a little revenge on his agenda for that game. Texas Tech. That game is also 11 o'clock kickoff. I'm gonna go ahead and take Texas. Texas is not ranked, even though they shut out Rice by 58 points. But woohoo, yes, Arkansas did not shut out Rice, but Arkansas did run the shit out of y'all out of Fayetteville. Still got that hog taste. You still got that pork taste in your mouth, huh? But I'm taking Texas because they made the quarterback change that I thought they was gonna do. We'll see when they run up on Oklahoma in a couple of weeks. Iowa State is on the road against Baylor. Not even a matchup. Taking Iowa State. Not even close. We're gonna run it back with the A&M Arkansas game last. We're gonna move on to Michigan and Rutgers. I ain't gonna play with y'all. Michigan wins big. I think Michigan wins by 3 touchdowns. Memphis, Texas San Antonio. Taking Memphis, especially when they're at home. UCLA dropped to number 24. They had to learn. I think I'm gonna keep it 100. I think UCLA was looking ahead to the Stanford game. I think they didn't take Fresno State seriously. They should have considered that Fresno State damn near beat Oregon right before Oregon went to play Ohio State. So I think Stanford need to be on their P's and Q's. Now this game will probably put Stanford, if they win, might put Stanford in the put them in the rankings if this win goes through against UCLA. But I think UCLA got some. They pissed. They gave up damn near 600 yards against Fresno State. The defense gonna have to tighten that ass up. But I think a lot of what was going, like I said, a lot of what's going on. They were looking ahead to going to Stanford, and I think they're gonna be a little pissed. Stanford, you might want to watch out for UCLA. Kansas State at Oklahoma State. I'm going to tell y'all something. This game is at 6 o'clock on ESPN Plus, and this is crazy that this game is on ESPN Plus. I'm going to tell y'all something. For the ones that will watch this game on ESPN Plus, enjoy. I'm expecting this game to be high scoring, in the 30s, high 30s, at least. If this game is not in the 30s, what the hell? But I'm still taking Kansas State on the road. West Virginia. What is it going to take for West Virginia to get ranked? I'm just going to keep it 100 with y'all. What is it going to take for West Virginia to get ranked? Oh, maybe they shot the shit out of Norman, Oklahoma, at 6:30 on ABC. West Virginia at Oklahoma. And I'm gonna tell y'all something. If I'm the Sooners, I'm being so serious right now. I would not take this lightly. I don't know if the Sooners was looking ahead to this game, but I doubt it. But I'm gonna tell you something. West Virginia going to score one way or another, and that defense better tighten that ass up. And I'm gonna tell you something. You better protect that boy. That's gonna be the first quarterback off the board in April, because Rattler, you better be on your P's and Q's. You better not throw an interception, because West Virginia is very optimistic and they are looking to make a mark. They are pissed because they not ranked yet. They have already beaten Virginia Tech that was ranked, and they did not pick them to be ranked in the top 25. So you get Oklahoma at home. I mean, they get Oklahoma on the road in Norman at night on ABC where everybody's watching. You better not choke it. I'm taking the upset. Let's go West Virginia. And following the nightcap, you see USC after their coach get fired last week and this and that. I don't care. This matchup don't even please me. Oregon State, SC, really don't please me. I don't care. I'm taking SC anyway, but I don't care. I really don't care. I'm being so serious. I really don't care. I believe LSU is playing. LSU is playing Mississippi State. I'm gonna take Mississippi State in that matchup. Georgia's playing Vanderbilt. Georgia all the way on the road. That game was not in my picks. Okay, that Florida Tennessee game was not in my picks. But I'll get to matter of fact. I'll go ahead and get the Florida Tennessee real quick. Florida Tennessee. That's a pick that was not in my 10 picks. Neither was the LSU Mississippi State game. I'm not much worried about that game, but the Florida Tennessee game, I'm a little worried. I think Florida's gonna have a small letdown. I need Florida not to be down 21-3 because Tennessee, Josh Heupel is gonna have his foot on the gas. He's looking to put at least 50 up every single game. That's his goal. He's putting 50 up every single game, if possible. I think Tennessee got the mustard to win either Florida or Georgia. I'm being so serious when I say this. One of us is gonna get smoked. I think Florida, it will be the more of the easier pick, but I'm not too sure that Georgia is not too far-fetched out of that. I think Georgia's defense is legit, but I think Georgia, at some point, you get bored, and then you run up on Tennessee that can put up 50 points. Here's the thing. Like I said, I believe Florida will win this game. I think Florida will not let this game get out of hand to the point where they down almost 3 touchdowns, to the point they got to roar back up. And this game is at home. Tennessee hasn't really left the state of Tennessee all season long, honestly. So this is really a true road game for Tennessee. First true road game for Josh Heupel, going into the swamp. To me, it's more of a let me see how they do before I believe that Tennessee can take on. Let me put it this way: I got to see what they do on the road, and that's the thing about it. They lost one game at home, but I think they have. But like I said, they put up points. They can put up some points. They have yet to not put up at least 35 points. They have yet to let's do that. So let me put it this way. Expect at least 30-some points in this game. But Florida's defense coming to play with that Florida crowd at night, I think Florida is a little pissed. And if Florida is a little pissed off by not beating Alabama when they had a shot to, Tennessee might be in trouble. This game is not going to be a blowout, but it's going to be a little closer than the experts think. I got Florida at home. Let's get to the game that I didn't talk about. I skipped. And that is the Arkansas A&M game in Dallas, 2:30 Eastern time. No, that's 2:30 Central time. Excuse me, 2:30 Central time. On CBS. And let me check your providers and all that if you want to catch where for your game. Let me tell you something. I'm taking Arkansas in the upset. I got two key upsets this week. I got West Virginia and I got Florida, and I got West Virginia and I got Arkansas pick for some upsets. My upset picks, I usually don't get at least one of them. So one of these two are not going to pan out. But I think one of them, which is Arkansas, has a better shot of doing than the other. And this is where I believe that Arkansas is going to break the streak. Arkansas hadn't beat A&M in almost 10 years, if not already 10 years. No, I think it's almost 10 years though. Excuse me. Arkansas has either gotten close with no dice or got the dice but not close enough. It's like having Kool-Aid with no sugar. It's like having a hot plate bologna sandwich without bread. Just saying. It's like having sugar without the cereal. Just don't mix. You know, dry ass pancakes without the syrup. It just don't go right. And so this Arkansas team, I think, needs to come into this game and understand something. I want a lot of people to realize something. Jimbo Fisher, he's knowing how important this game is. Listen to what I'm saying. Jimbo Fisher knows how important this game is. Matter of fact, Jimbo Fisher better know how important this game is before Texas come in. Because then it's going to be Arkansas. And if they do these pod schedules as there's been rumored, more likely Arkansas, A&M, Texas, Oklahoma are all going to be in the same damn pod. We're talking about old school Southwest Conference foes in the same pod. That is scary enough. We talking about craziness. Now, if the Aggies don't want to taste no pork after taste pork, then they need to handle their business. But I'm gonna tell you something. They own their second quarterback right now. I don't think their starting quarterback gonna be ready for this game against Arkansas. So they're gonna roll with the second string quarterback. I don't care what his name is. Don't even matter. A&M defense is where I'm at with it. If Arkansas can put up at least 250 some yards rushing collectively, not one person, but collectively, and score in the red zone, A&M gonna have a problem. Because Arkansas's defense is very, very optimistic. This is a very hard-hitting, optimistic defense. They are looking to win the game like they are. This Arkansas defense is nothing to sniff about, nothing to joke about. I'm not saying they're a top 25, 15, 10 defense in the nation, But this defense is very optimistic. They are very aggressive, and they are very scrappy. There's something that about a scrappy defense that is now ranked number 13. And honestly, ranked number 13 with the bigger game coming up next week at Georgia. Something to be really, really looking at. And yes, we are going to have Arkansas, Georgia, Alabama, Ole Miss next week. My Lord. One game is going to be it's been announced that the Alabama Ole Miss game is going to be on CBS next week. Meaning Arkansas, Georgia is probably going to be a night game. Especially if Arkansas wins. This game against A&M. I'm taking Arkansas in this game. I don't have faith in A&M right now. Not this moment. A&M need to show some grit. I think A&M can do it, but they need to show some grit. And I need to see how tough they really, really are. Colorado that's okay. Colorado's okay to really try to show your true toughness, but that's the only team they really played so far. Everybody else they played, bullshit. Let's keep it 100. They ain't playing nobody yet. Now they're about to start playing, folks. And now we really about to find out if A&M for real. I picked A&M to win this West. And I'm hoping I'm not wrong. I hope I didn't pick the wrong dark horse to win the West. Because Ole Miss is merging as a serious dark horse in the West. And I think a lot of people saying that, well, they ain't about to do that with Alabama. Let me tell you something. Alabama's defense about to get... Alabama's defense got torched. Torched in that second half. A lot of folks don't realize how Nick Saban is pissed about what happened at Florida. He's happy the other win, but let's keep it 100. He is not happy what happened. So he knows Ole Miss coming in a couple weeks. Let's tighten that shit up and let's roll. But the thing about a lot of folks got to realize is you got Arkansas, you got Old Arbor. That's not an easy out. We ain't sure about LSU just yet. Mississippi State is just sitting there. They're there. Hey, they there. They can beat you, but they there though. They just in the wind, just chilling. This West is not easy to take this year. Alabama gonna earn every damn win they get, even if it is a blowout. They gonna earn every damn win because they have to come to reality of what happened in that second half against Florida and realize, damn, we just got hit in the jaw really hard. Like Florida really wanted this game. You think? Florida is the only team. Honestly, Florida is the only team in the last 2 years has given you a motherfucking run for your money. Let's keep it 100. So, that's your recap for week 3. That is your predictions for week 4. Week 4 is going to look, it's not looking regular, but it's looking very, very optimistic from 11 o'clock all the way to the primetime games. Just saying. Enjoy while we got it. All right. Episode 20. I know this is episode 23, but really, so 22 and 23 is really the same episode. So episode 24 is coming up real soon, like in the next couple minutes. After I get done signing off. Episode 24 is gonna be about the NFL. I'm not gonna run through all the NFL games, but I'm gonna hit them with the hit quicks and get into the predictions for week 3 of the NFL. And who do I believe is emerging and who I believe is falling. I'm gonna hit you up with that in episode 24 with the NFL. Signing off, y'all already know. Stay well, stay safe, stay dangerous.